I've experienced from large infrastructure deliveries, and typically you make contracts which have a certain period or a certain length, and that is all well. But when you want to be flexible, your contracts must obviously regulate some parts, and the other part needs to be highly flexible. Otherwise, you're going to break the contract. Either the vendor or the customer is going to break it just because they don't behave according to the contract. What is really important is that you always have in mind what was the meaning or the spirit or the intention of the contract. Then you can change the contract without changing the intention. But you can change all the mechanics around the intention without being unfriendly or becoming less friendly with someone. What we obviously tried to do when we engaged with those vendors was to find our silver bullet for all of our problems. So through the negotiation and the RFI and RFP, we produced the silver bullet which solved this issue we had at the time. And now we realize that silver bullet needs to be reinvented because we have new problems or new challenges. So the silver bullet will always work for a given situation. And in the next situation, you might have to use another different silver bullet to solve that issue. And that's the point being is you do not find a solution which will work every time in any situation. You will have to find solutions as you go, but they need to be structured. Otherwise, it's just chaos. You solve a problem, but you just generate chaos. What you try to do is you solve the problem and put a structure in place from where you can continue to grow and work. In 2015, we realized that we had several types of infrastructure service providers giving us all different service levels, different services, not giving us a consistent delivery. So we needed to put something on top so to close the gaps of those 3 or 4 different providers. The idea to source from Lithuania comes from my experience with the Baltic countries in previous jobs. And we engaged with 5 Lithuanian companies in addition to 3 Norwegian companies. And BIPE, not only were they the cheapest ones, which was obviously a criteria, but not the main criteria. They also had the best professional presentation of their offer. We had 5 criteria from which we decided whom to go with. Obviously financial commitment, length of contract, description of statement of work, security or commitment to follow our security demands, which are very, very high, because all of our services collect personal identifiable data, and some of them actually contain sensitive personal information, SPI. And for that, you need to choose a vendor within the European community. You cannot do that from outside, and our customers will not accept that either. Some of them will actually not accept that we store their data outside of Norway. But they will accept a subcontractor as long as we have a data management agreement with BIPE, for example. Since we started this engagement in May last year, we have already changed our infrastructure components twice. We have gone from what we call hosting, basic hosting, to infrastructure as a service, but now we have started to use Azure. So you need to have a partner, and we have found it in BIPE so far, that is willing to adapt with you